Thank you, thank you. Today I'm going to try something new. We're going to look at some archival footage as I narrate a process of creativity and looking at challenges and failure from an artist's point of view. So let's begin. So the promise of creativity has, for me, has always been a sort of frontier. A frontier of possibilities, of creativity waiting to emerge. Before these possibilities, however, can be realized, I need to cross over that threshold to that frontier. And what I find interesting is I usually don't make it on the first try. Something gets in the way. So I thought it would be interesting to briefly explore the artist's journey from inspiration to final work from the standpoint of how failure becomes an integral part of that creative process. And how many times have we simply given up on an idea at the first sign of a failed attempt or an obstacle that gets in the way? I look at creativity through three lenses: the new idea waiting to emerge, the challenges or obstacles involved with realizing my idea, and then finally my willingness to endure the challenge in order to bring my idea across that threshold. And where these three concepts come together is where, for me, the creative process resides. Responding to that initial spark of an idea is key. It might arrive as an impulse, a dream, a connection made during a conversation. Hopefully it leads to an inspired outcome, something that moves me and others in new and special ways. With each new idea waiting to emerge, there are challenges or obstacles along the way. The challenges may take many forms: acceptance, financial cost and risk, procrastination on my part, and also doubt, cynicism, and judgment from me and from others. You know, what skills and abilities will I need in order to meet that challenge? And will I be able to meet them? With any of these challenges on the horizon, there is the potential for failed attempts along the way, often spelling a dead end to fulfilling your initial vision. What does it actually take to cross that threshold and stay long enough to homestead your creative idea or vision, regardless of the setbacks? My ability to stay with my idea or vision over time, regardless of the challenges, really depends on my willingness to endure those challenges and encountered failed attempts. Endurance is influenced through past experiences. How I handle similar experiences in the past, those failures and challenges, will in some part inform how I take it in the future. So let's consider a blank canvas as that frontier. Making that first mark on a pristine, gessoed surface can be a daunting task. Crossing that threshold, making that first mark at times can be paralyzing. A fear of its permanence, a fear of doing it wrong, making a mistake. My advice: make it anyhow, and then make another one. With that second mark begins the conversation of what's possible. And the same can be said in music. Fear of that first note, once made, takes you to a frontier of the unheard of. When the second note joins in, a new conversation that brings you to its conclusion. Over time, I've noticed that my first attempt may not be successful. It's easy to deem that a failure, and once there, it's even easier for doubt, cynicism, and judgment to derail the entire endeavor. I tell myself that if I wait a little longer, or maybe I'll gain more skills a little while down the road that will make it better. Or maybe I'm missing something altogether. What am I doing that keeps my idea and creativity from moving forward? Trying to resolve a challenge based on how I handled it in the past, even when I know it's worked in the past, may not work the next time. What am I assuming about the work in myself that I need to challenge? So one way I've learned to look at failure is to consider it as a prototype, that each failed attempt, each challenge along the way becomes an opportunity for me to try something out, to playfully explore it. And it's okay, because it's the process. So when there is a promise of a new idea and you're unwilling to endure those challenges and failures, you can kiss your creativity goodbye. But if you're willing to accept the challenge and all that goes with it, fear of failure, doubt, cynicism, acceptance, you will succeed. Giving in to failure, letting it stop you, ultimately prevents your creative ideas, your works of art, your breakthroughs and discoveries from ever taking place. But treating each encountered failure as a part of the process can free us from the fear of crossing that threshold to the frontier of the unheard of. Thank you.